So of course, Google's going to come here and they're going to see, oh, you have a blue check mark. We have 62 friends in common. And look, you're posting pictures. I'll click like on this. There's other sorts of things, right? So this has nothing to do with hypnosis or NLP, right?
Yeah, yeah.
This is just you as a person. But because of who you're with, because of the things that you're talking about, because of your network, because of the other websites that are showing, here, final exam, vocational hypnosis training, right? Shows that you're here and it's tagged at this location.
Yeah.
So what kind of signal do you think that shows the search engine when they see this?
Well, it'll link the two, right? Like, so my post, my persona with that address, with that location, with that company, organization.
And we know that this is Romania. So if you're a therapist in, Minneapolis, Minnesota, then the search engine needs to see a bunch of signals in Minneapolis that you are going to the restaurants in Minneapolis, that you're going to the museums, that you live in Minneapolis, that your other friends are in Minneapolis. Like, it has to send the local signal. I can't tell you how important it is to send the local signal here, because most people.
So,
go ahead.
I was going to ask you. Could you? I don't know how is this possible, but could you kind of like play the game and actually create a network of like-minded professionals or friends which would kind of interact with each other, or create a script to do that, to actually build each other up? Is that possible?
There is a legitimate way to do this, and then there is what's called a black hat way, which will get you in trouble.
All right. Okay.
Let's talk about the legitimate way to do it. Okay.
Yes, please.
Because I'm not going to show, I know all the ways to try to trick the search engine. And we could spend literally 10 hours talking about all the different ways that, and people will always want to suggest, like I go to a conference and they come up later and say, hey, what about this one technique? And what about this technique? I'm like, come on, right? You think I don't know these techniques? I've been doing this thing for 25 years. Come on, right? My job at the search engine was to bust people like you trying to trick me, right? You think I haven't heard that before? Come on. Right? Okay, so let's talk about the real signals, right? What are the, how do you do things? Because rather than trick the search engine or try to trick Instagram or trick Facebook or trick LinkedIn, don't try to fool the robot. The robot is too smart now, right? 10 years ago, you could fool the robot. Let's try to give it what it wants. So we're not worried about, because we trick the robot, eventually 3 months later, 6 months later, we get found out and then we get in trouble, and it's just not good, okay? Because we're not selling Viagra, we're not, doing weird sorts of like supplements or things like, we're not playing in that area, right? As a therapist, you are practicing hypnosis and NLP, or you're a therapist in some way. So you want to focus on that. You want to share the expertise. You want to share who you are. So I go back and I search for you again. I'm going to go from the standpoint of the search engine, and then I'm going to give you some practical advice to show you what you need to do around your personal brand, right? So if it's mainly you as a therapist, as opposed to you have like 5 other doctors or, whatnot, researchers in your clinic or whatnot, if it's mainly you, then you have to optimize to your personal brand. Now notice, so we search on Eugene Papa, look at what shows up here. Lots of video and lots of different kinds of media here. So who owns YouTube?
Google.
Yeah, so Instagram's showing up here. Who owns Instagram? Facebook, right. So it's basically Coke and Pepsi. So it's a Google Facebook world, right? And more of these images that are coming from different places. So what I want to do is make a number of 1-minute videos. Lots of 1-minute videos. So let's just say we do hypnosis, right? And there's different things, like I don't know anything about therapy, but let's just pretend, some people want to lose weight, or they have some psychosis from their childhood, or they're afraid of flying,
or quit smoking.
All sorts of things, right? All like to train the mind, right? And people who are asking about hypnosis. Now, right now, I'm not looking at local search. I'm not optimizing to your particular city, even though Google knows that I'm in Las Vegas. So now they're trying to show me the local 3-pack again. Yeah, see this? But look at what happens here. So when people search on hypnosis, what do they also ask? What does hypnosis do? Can humans be hypnotized? Is hypnosis real? Can it damage your brain? So this is called PAA. People also ask. So where does this come from? It's Google looking at all the related queries. So what you do is you take each of these things and you make a 1-minute video about each of these different topics. Then those topics, you